Hey guys, now I'm going to do Libra for May 2017. What am I getting for Libra? Libra. Okay, Libra, I really feel like this month for May that you're probably even more concerned about finances and career than you have been before. I feel like that momentum started picking up in the beginning of April, maybe the end of March, beginning of April, kind of died down a little bit, and picking momentum up again in May. And I really feel like Libras are really headstrong when it comes to staying focused on their money, on their career, on their finances, how they're making their money, how their money is going to make them feel stable, balanced. Libras are really putting a lot of thought into that this month. I keep saying this month. This is for May. I'm recording this in April. I also feel like Libras this, for May are letting their guard down a little bit more in relationships. This is a slow process for Libra, but it's starting. Their guard is starting to come down in relationships, making themselves just a little bit more vulnerable with their partner. These are for the Libras that are partnered up. For the ones that have been having difficulty in relationships or marriages, they're starting to either walk away completely. I just got that. Completely walk away because there is no fixing it. But even in that, even for the Libras that are walking away completely, they are doing it peacefully. There's not going to be a lot of chaos around them. But for the ones that are staying and working things out, they're letting their guard down a little bit. They're not so defensive, not as much as they were. They're a little bit more relaxed in May. There's some Libras that are going to be receiving some good news. This is family related. I'm not sure what the news is. All I know is that you'll feel good from this news sometime in May. For some, this news has something to do with a child. Not the birth of a child, with a child that's already here, a younger child. I want to say preteen. Okay, I'm getting these messages kind of quick now. So, let me slow it down a little bit. First one that I got was Libras and their appearance. They're like really wanting to put extra work into their appearance. Libras always, want to look good. Even when a Libra is in their pajamas, they want their pajamas to match, But I feel like, so that's Libra. But I feel like in May, They want to experiment more. They want to do something different with their hair, a different way of putting on makeup, a different style of clothing they want to try out. I just feel like Libras want to mix it up a little bit, try to be more adventurous in their style. As soon as I was getting the messages back to back, and then as soon as I started focusing on one, the other one, I lost it. So try to get that back. Okay. I feel like for May, their energy is kicking up as well. They've got more energy, more stamina, more I'm getting the word more muscle, meaning putting more into everything that they're doing and not tiring as easily as they were before. Because before now, it seemed like the Libras were getting exhausted easily. That's starting to pass. That's starting to fade out. They're getting their energy back. What else, Libra? What else do we got? I gotta burn another incense. Gosh, I go through this stuff so fast. Libras are in a particularly good mood in May. Most Libras. There are some Libras who can't seem to find balance. For a small group of Libras, just can't seem to find that balance. And balance is so important. Well, okay, before I even go into that, what I'm getting is there are some Libras that are so off balance because of a particular person that they're surrounding themselves with. And the only way they're going to be able to come back into balance is to cut ties with that person. And I think, you know, after giving this person so many chances after chance after chance after chance, you've got to find a point where enough is enough. And that person, I mean, if they're not going to change, you cannot change yourself to please other people. And especially since Libras are so sensitive to balance, you really got to put a lot of thought into that. Is your livelihood worth being put on the line for somebody else's happiness? I don't think so, but I'm that Libra that don't tolerate any bullshit. So, Libra, come on. You know, there's like two sets of Libras. There's the passive Libra, and then there's the Libra that's, you know, got that mindset like, come again? What did you say? Chop and block. You know, there are definitely a lot of Libras this month that are not afraid to put people on the chop and block. You're not going to, you know, serve me well, then gotta go. And then there's the other Libras that are like, God, I can't take this shit anymore, but I want you here, you know? Because Libras have a hard time making decisions. So don't let your livelihood be affected You know, that should be a no-brainer right there. You know, it's kind of like I'm seeing some Libras like standing on the scale, you know. Imagine like this big scale, and they're just got one foot in one side of the scale, one foot in the other, and they're just holding on for dear life, just really trying to balance this scale out. But you know, if you just hop off that scale and let it be, it'll balance itself out. Stop trying to control things so much, because this is also throwing you off balance. Now, understand, if this doesn't resonate with you, then it's not meant for you. So, please keep that in mind. Only take what belongs to you and leave the rest. There's a lot of Libras that are just feeling particularly pretty this month. Beautiful, handsome, whatever. There's some Libras that are just really feeling themselves this month. I don't know if any of you remember that song, but it just popped into my head. It was a song from like the 80s or the 90s, but I feel like this is like Libra's energy this month. It was that song. What the hell is the name of that song? It was so funny. I think it was called Beautiful Damn It. Like, I'm beautiful, damn it, or something like that. I just feel like that's Libra's energy this month. That's what Spirit was just singing in my ear. Man, that's so funny. They were just singing that in my ear just now. That's why I started laughing. Alright, let me go to the cards and see what the cards say. That was hilarious. I wish y'all could hear what I hear. Libra, May 2017. Whoa. Yeah. Sheesh. They're just falling out all over the place. Alright, let me see what I got. Alright. This is for, you know, like, you got so many different Libras going through so many different things, right? Okay, so we've got the Libras that are really feeling themselves this month, right? We've got the spread your wings, you know. You guys are just feeling lighter, you know. You're manifesting the things that you want through that really hard work that I was talking about. You know, you guys are really focused on money, career, finances, your retirement, long term. I mean, the money that Libras are focused on right now isn't for just right now. They're really focused on how building their finances now is going to help them in the long run. So that's good. Clarity of belief. So whatever it is that you're working on, you really believe in it, and that's a really good attitude to have. And then you've got the well-deserved reward. So that group of Libras are really on the right track. Then we have the other Libras that are just not that balanced, who Spirit is asking you to, you know, nurture yourself. You know, you gotta nurture yourself. Detach yourself from these situations that are not serving you any good, and breathe. Just breathe. You see, I mean, it's like you've got spirits right here, okay? You see Spirit? I can see you, you know, looking for the answers, but not being able to find them because you're not letting yourself relax enough in order to receive the messages. And I'll tell you, like, with myself, when you do this type of good, Lisa, when you do this type of work, like what I'm doing, the way that I get my messages is through meditation. Like, before I even start the video, I've already done meditating. And part of meditation is your breath. It's your breathing. That's the biggest, it's the most important part of your meditation. It's your breath. And that's when you get the most clarity. Your breathing and concentrating on your breath takes you away from the racing thoughts in your mind. So it slows your thought process down, and the messages that you're hearing at that point that are the loudest, that's what is from Spirit. And so Spirit is asking you, you want that guidance, get it. Go get it. Breathe. Breathe and listen to what you're receiving and trust it. Trust it. A lot of people confuse messages from Spirit with their ego mind. You all get guidance from your spirit guides, all of you. Yeah, it is a good feeling. All right, Libra, May 2017. Libra. Oh, shit. I mean, this is, you know, when cards pop out like that in big bunches, you know, like, and they just start going nuts, usually means the importance, you know, the information is really important. So I would really heed the messages that they're giving, really. All right, Libra, May 2017. Okay. For the Libras that are letting their guard down a little bit this month, I feel like you're feeling more attractive. You know, there's still that chemistry there in the relationship. For a lot of you that are having those sentimental moments, your guides are saying stay optimistic, okay? I really feel like you have been optimistic, that there is still attraction there. And a lot of you that are in those situations are definitely in relationships already. Some may be, you know, most of those types of relationships, there's children involved. And usually, what I'm getting is the ones that the children are involved and the relationship was rocky for so long, and now it's starting to seem to get lighter. It's Spirit that's really guiding that, because there are children involved. And the children would definitely be affected by this, okay? Now, again, with that children card, that can be used for that group of Libras, okay, that are starting to work on their relationships, letting their guard down, becoming more vulnerable, and they're doing it for their children, or Spirit is guiding it that way for the children. Now, for the other half that need to get out, there could be children involved in that situation as well, which is what's making it hard for you to make that decision, okay? But it's asking you, the ones that are in that type of situation, it's asking you to free yourself from that. This is being strong, and because the cards started popping out, you know, and started going crazy when I first started shuffling them, I'm telling you, this is a really strong message, okay? you cannot see future outcomes because, you know, energy is fluid. There is no solid outcome for any situation. Nothing is set in stone because you have free will. But what it's telling you is that there is deception in this. Now, could be deception from your partner deceiving you, or you deceiving yourself, wearing that false mask, pretending that this is workable, fixable, and really it's not. And I feel like you need to let that guard down. You need to open yourself up to a heart-to-heart conversation. Have this conversation. If it doesn't feel right, peace out. Get out of it. Do not stay in it. It just doesn't make sense to stay into something. It does not make sense to stay in anything that is not feeling good. Why? It boggles me. I'm telling you, I gotta say it. I'm sorry. But I don't understand. I don't understand the logic in allowing yourself to feel sad and miserable and depressed and unhappy every single day. For what? The only thing that makes sense in that is a person will stick around in a relationship like that because on some level you're caught up in this belief system that you deserve that on some level. Because, you know, if somebody stole your money, you know damn well that's not right. You know you don't deserve it, and you will fight to either get your money back, to correct the situation, something. But if somebody calls you a nasty name or cheats on you, why aren't you fighting just as hard, you know? They're a thief of your emotions. They're a thief of your happiness. They're stealing your happiness. So why not fight for that? I just don't understand. So if you're feeling horrible in a relationship, get out. Get out of the relationship. I know that some situations are more difficult to get out of than others. But if you're not making any moves, then you really can't be mad at your partner. You're allowing them to do this, and you're allowing it to be in your life. And above all else, if there's children involved, that's not good either. So it's saying, you know, especially with children being involved, think of them. If you can't put yourself first, think of them first. All right? All right, Libra. Dang, I didn't even mean to do all of that at the end. That just really got to me just now. I can't stand seeing anybody in a relationship that they're really unhappy in. So if you're a cross watcher, meaning if you're somebody watching to check up on a Libra and you're the one causing that in a Libra's life, get out of their life. I mean, why cause that drama? But anyway, and if it's a Libra doing it, then, you know, think of karma. You know, karma's real. Karma's real. So, seriously. But anyway, that's it for Libra. Alright, I love you guys. Good night.